Created live on Fireside.
What's up, everybody, and good morning to everybody here in the United States, or at least in the United States, because we have someone from down under on the show, so it's actually nighttime for her. So welcome. Amanda and I wanted to come on live. I always say live super quick, but you and I both know that that's just there's no such thing as going live super quick with Amanda. It just it's not a thing. It's not a thing.
No, it's not. 20-minute minimum. Buckle up.
Well, we wanted to come on this morning and just do a quick announcement for a brand new podcast that we are so excited to have been a part of. And that is, as you can see from the little graphic below, the Coffee with Kerry podcast, which Amanda and I were so graciously the first guests on, which I can't believe it. We're so incredibly honored to be your first guests, and so sorry about all the nonsense that happened during this.
Guys, I got to tell you, it's so funny. As soon as I went to drop some of the teaser clips, I was like, hang on a minute, that's not a blooper. That's in the show. So the copy for the clips became, is this a blooper? No, that's not a blooper. That's not a blooper. And that's not a blooper. It was just over and over because it all looks like bloopers, but it's not. It's actually the show. It's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, it's like it's the show, which is like the funniest thing. It's like you would, this is the stuff that probably most people would maybe want to edit out because you're like, this is just total nonsense. But no.
It's us.
It's 100% us. It's ridiculous.
But, it was fantastic. And guys, I can't thank you enough for being the first guest. It was just so incredible. Like it was way more than I expected. Like I expected fun and laughter and all this kind of stuff. But Amanda, the flashlight, oh my God, it still cracks me up.
And I think Chris and I on our show, we've had a lot of people say this has to be scripted or like planned out. Nothing we do is ever scripted or like planned out. It just is so organic and it's just life with us. And it's how you ended up going, what did I walk myself into? These faces were fantastic.
Exactly.
These faces?
You're like,
what?
I instantly regret this decision.
I know. And as Kerry's like in complete shock going, what is happening? Chris is just like nonchalant, like, this is nothing new, drinking his coffee. So
we almost have matching mugs today.
Oh, not planned.
Not planned.
Oh.
Not planned.
Not planned.
So we figured, it's coffee with Kerry, so I got to make sure I got my coffee ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I just also want to welcome Kim White, the princess of my here live with us today, as well as we make this official announcement in the official coronation of the Coffee with Kerry podcast. And of course, we have Real Royalty on with us today to also officially coronate our amazing podcaster over there. Yes, with the giant mug. Don't drink that now. It's already late for you. You won't even sleep.
No, I guess like let's talk about why Miss Kim is here, because I think that's a big deal. So Kerry, I'll let you like completely give the rundown on why our sweet Kim is here with us this morning.
I had to have Kim join us today because Kim and My Sexy Business are the first supporter of the first episode of Coffee with Kerry. So I just had to bring Kim on board. Oh, sorry, Chris, what was that? Do it again.
I was just doing some applause.
That's amazing. Yeah, Kim was so gracious to be the first supporter of Coffee with Kerry, which is fantastic, to even have a supporter on the first episode. As many of the listeners probably know, I've already got another show. So, and that will remain. It's not getting ditched. There's rumors hanging around saying, is the other one kind of going to, fade away or whatever? But no, it's not. Simply oh, hey, Raf. Hello. Simply because that was the first project and the passion project, so that has to remain in play, obviously. But to launch a podcast and have a supporter so generous of Kim and My Sexy Business to be that supporter on the very first show. Thank you, Kim.
Oh, thank you, Kerry. So fun.
So, Kim, I have to ask, what made you want to jump in and be that first sponsor for Coffee with Kerry?
One, I think we all need more fun, but you three, I am telling you, are are like fun. I don't even know. You are a fun package. People will love to hear how the real unscripted version is of you all because of how amazing you are. You're amazing in business. You're amazing in life, but you all are hysterical.
I actually feel really sorry for any listeners out there that don't know any of us. Like, anyone that just randomly joins the show is going to be completely like, what is going on? What is this? Like, what is, especially on the listening side, if they've just tuned into the podcast, they know none of us and they're listening to all this, like, what is that?
So, which is a great question. So why don't you tell everybody what Coffee with Kerry is, because as some people may or may not know, you do have the other podcast, like you said, Biz Nation, which is definitely much more focused on business and talking with owners, entrepreneurs, and people looking to start business, things along those lines. But Coffee with Kerry is a completely different endeavor for you. So why don't you let everybody know what it's all about?
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. And yes, it is a good question. I guess I won't take up too much time. When Kerry was born, she was actually born by the ocean. No, I'll fast forward. No, when I
Wow.
Well, by the outfit, I could fit into the ocean, but just to clarify, this is an hoodie and it's got koala bears on it because I'm in Australia. So, and it's nearly midnight and I'm getting ready for bed. And just also so you know, I'm actually sweating. Like, this thing is so goddamn hot. I was like, why did I leave this on? Oh my God, I'm losing kilos under here. It's fantastic. I don't even have to go on the treadmill anymore. It's amazing.
That's right.
But back to the shows. So when I started the first podcast, it was all about small business. The pandemic had hit and I wanted to help others, and I've reached that time of my life where I just want to give and help. And it's evolved and it's really, hit its kind of stride now. We've got a better flow to the show and a better format, and we get amazing guests on, and Kerry every now and again gets really excited and hops on a solo and throws in some little nuggets as well. But I just didn't feel it was creative enough. I bought the Rodecaster Pro and I bought this magnificent microphone, and you can see the keyboard behind me. Like, I want to, do some amazing things. So I was just feeling business. How do you tie in the Rodecaster and the buttons and all that good stuff into a business podcast? It just I couldn't make sense of it in my brain. So it was actually my husband's idea. I always have to give credit to him. And by the way, everybody might think he's some mythical creature that doesn't actually exist. Kim's seen photos. He does. He is actually a human. He does exist. I speak of him. I speak of him a lot, but he never surfaces. He's very behind the scenes. But yeah, it was actually his idea he came up with the initial concept to actually do something different to the original podcast and actually just interview people, because at one stage I kind of started to go down that path in the business podcast. And I said to him, I can't do that in that show. That's not respecting the audience. I need to start something new. And then he was like, well, just do that, just start another one. That's what you do. And anyway, of course, it wasn't my idea. So being Kerry and being how I am, I needed to digest for a while, quite a while. I think this has been bobbing around and he's been poking me for at least 2 months, at least, if not 3. And then what really annoys him, and I will confess here because he's not here, is I jumped on a clubhouse room on a Friday afternoon for me. I was sitting out the front in the sun with a cup of coffee, too late for coffee, but did it anyway. And I was in a room with some familiar people, and we started talking about podcast shows and concepts. And I said, oh, well, actually, my husband's had this idea. And I was just like throwing it against the wall. And they're like, oh, that sounds great. So I immediately ran back inside, went to hubby and said, so that podcast you've been talking about, I think we should do that. And he's like, who were you just talking to? Like, what just happened? And I'm like, well, I might have been on a room in Clubhouse and it might have got a little bit of a nudge and a push from a few people. So it's okay now. We can do it now. I'm okay now. So that's what happened. That was very long. Sorry.
I mean, I love it. It's great. And I mean, the whole thing though, too, what I love is that it is part interview, but like part like games, and it just makes it a lot of fun. It's not just like a straight up like, hey, let's talk about you guys and your show or whatever it is that the person, like in our case, like we're involved in a lot of things. So, but we talked about some of that, but you like brought like all this like fun element questions, and of course the game show part at the end with the numbers. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
And Chris, I don't know if you had the same reaction when you watched the video, but as we were recording, we could not see that first row of numbers, like one, whatever.
No.
What is it? One, yeah. And so we couldn't see it. And so like we were even like, well, we can't see that side of it. Like it's missing. And then the whole time it's fully shown. And I was like, we look like idiots. Numbers are right there.
It's fully shown because, but on the side that we see, the river side, like from the studio portal, it gets cut off, but it's like full frame when it goes. I'm like, wow, totally sound like an idiot here.
And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually looked at you like, what? You can't see that? It's right there. What's wrong with you? But I was very mindful that Riverside, we went in thirds, so we were small. Yeah.
But just in case anyone who watches the video is also listening now, it's not that Chris and I couldn't actually see it. We know our numbers.
But can I tell you the story behind the board and the numbers? Oh my God, this is hysterical. So I said to hubby when we planned the board and the numbers and the questions, I said to him, you need to flip them in Photoshop and then place them in so that they print out in reverse because the camera's going to flip them. And I was convinced that's exactly what was going to happen. And he said to me, are you sure? And I'm like, 100%. Oh, I know what's going to happen here. I've got this all sorted out. So you need to flip them so that it's a mirror type of thing. Well, then the night before, maybe even the day before, maybe even just hours before we recorded, he said to me, I just want to see this. Just bring up your fancy thing and let's see this. Well, they were all backwards. And I was like, shit, I got to start again. Oh my God. I had sat there with sticky tape putting all these questions on the back of the cards and they were all wrong. So I had to get out a Stanley knife and cut the sticky tape and peel them off carefully and redo all the cards and stick them back on. Oh, it was ridiculous. And then what's even worse, because I just take everything to the next level, when I put them on the board, I put them on the board in the wrong order. So they were all sequenced backwards. No wonder you guys didn't know what number to pick. Like,
you're like, you guys, it's really easy. It's 1 through 20. We're like, but it's so complicated.
I don't know what to pick.
It was too much.
Too much.
It is.
It was so fun.
Oh my God, it was so much fun. It was just I don't know. It was just so much like an extension of just like doing our normal typical show and like everything else we all do together.
Absolutely. Well, and it kind of helps because Chris and I often say, like, we really hope people find us as funny as we find each other funny. Like, we think we're funny together. And it kind of helped validate that, well, maybe some people do also find us funny together.
Definitely.
I vouch for it.
Yeah.
I vouch for it.
Thank you, Kim.
So while we're talking here, and reminiscing about great times, I did want to bring up just a screenshot here. So Kerry, where can people listen to the podcast? So you have an audio version, and then I'll show because there's a video version component too. So you're releasing these as in both mediums, audio and video. So as far as the audio one's concerned, where can people listen to the audio version?
Yeah, the audio version is on pretty much all the platforms. I don't think it's not anywhere that anyone would be listening. So it's on Apple, Google, Spotify, and then it's also hosted on my website, which is on the screen right now. And that website is kerrysarb.com/podcast to get to that exact page. But if you go to kerrysarb.com, you'll find the podcast in the menu. So it's really simple to get to. And obviously I've got my other little podcast over there as well. But yeah, direct in player on the website, ready to go.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I think that's really convenient. I mean, I have the same thing too, like on mine, is that it's just nice to just go to the, oh, sorry, Amanda, I'm blocking your face real quick as I
Amanda,
it's okay. Itch my nose now.
Yeah, you're gonna like have to like go up over the graphic there. there you go.
Hi guys.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Amanda,
Hello.
I'm here.
Oh, it's so great. And then, of course, I have the links all put in to the the comments post section of wherever this thing is streaming, which I think is on Facebook right now. So there's a whole bunch of comments, and all the links are on there. And then there is also the video version of this, which is
I forgot
on the YouTube.
YouTube.
And so why don't you explain a little bit about this, because you've got the episode and then there's just all this other
nonsense.
Well, see, this is what Kerry does. So anyone that's been on my podcast knows that I just have so many pieces of gold that come with the podcast. So every podcast that we record, even on the business show, is a video and is the audio experience. But we are mad for, teasers and clips and little snippets of the show and all that kind of stuff. So this is just what we've been doing for such a long time that it obviously made sense to do it for Coffee with Kerry. But I've got to say, I don't think I've ever produced so many that was like, which one's the top? Like, which one's the best? I couldn't, it was so hard to choose. It was really, really difficult. So, and then the other thing I'm very conscious of is not everyone's got time to tune in for a 40-minute YouTube deep dive experience. So they might just want to grab one of those under 1 minute clips. Look, perfect example. There you go. This one. That's just priceless. And Chris, I don't know if you noticed, but when that went out, you were perfectly with the music, like absolutely on key.
I did. I was like, wow, that was some really good editing there.
There was nothing we wouldn't do for our Kerry to help promote this.
You guys have pulled out all the stops. Like socials have blown up. It's just gone crazy. Oh, and can I share another blooper? In the podcasting life, we just are surrounded by bloopers, right? So for the listeners, we did have recording issues, which we'll pass on from. But there was plenty going on behind the scenes. And I want to also explain, this show came together in a week and a half. I'm not even joking. From concept to planning to recording, editing, and going live in a week and a half. I would never, if anyone ever said to me, you will do a podcast like this in a week and a half, I'd go, no. Don't be ridiculous. That's insane. But it was so fantastic. It was just a week and a half of laughs from when we recorded to when we started editing. My cheeks are still sore, guys. Like it's ridiculous how funny this has been and what an amazing experience. But bringing all those little assets together is what we really love to do. But another few bloopers that happened behind the scenes was, there's so many.
I'm sure there's a lot.
There's so many, and it was right there and it's completely left my brain, but it's just been an incredible experience, and I can't thank all of you, all Chris, Amanda, Kim, so much, because I should not be this awake at this hour. It's ridiculous. How am I going to sleep? Oh, that's what I was going to say. This morning, Kim was with me on message. That's right. I lost my train of thought. This happens all the time, by the way. This morning, I got up at 4:45 a.m. because this thing was going live my time, 5 a.m. And I thought, right, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get lots of coffee and I'm going to, tune in. Oh, I will tune in. And I was out the front because I always like to take my coffee outside. I was out the front. There wasn't even birds, man. It was that pitch black. There was no birds. There was no sound because we're in lockdown. So it's like eerie quiet outside at the moment. There wasn't even any cars. There was no cars, no birds. It's pitch black.
You
there was no sun.
My flashlight then.
Torch.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. But I'm sitting there on message with Kim for an hour, a whole hour. And I'm like, refresh. Episode unavailable. This is on Apple. And I'm like going over to Captivate, going, what's going on? And can I just add, at 5:30 a.m. in the morning, would you really expect to be on your emails?
No, not 5:30.
Well, lo and behold, at about 10 to 6, I spotted from Captivate, sorry, you need to re-upload your audio. Something's gone wrong. Could have had an extra hour in bed. Oh, my God. I was up before the birds and, yeah. But Kim was there with me saying, no, it's not working over here. I'm like, no, it's not working over here. No, it's not working over here. No, it's not working over here. Oh, my God. Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
I was committed to hearing it.
Look at what we do. Look at what we do for our shows. It's insane. It's insane.
It absolutely is. Yeah, it's definitely the life of being a creator. Constantly checking things, and you think you've hit every check mark on the checklist. You checked it all off, and then it's still like there's just something, and you're like, oh, there's always something. It's always. And you guys know me and spreadsheets and tick boxes and all that. Like I covered everything except for the website. And we'll come back to that.
That was the best part. Kerry had she literally, I don't know what you had pulled up, but I'll use paper just as an example. And she had her spreadsheet or whatever. And she would look at it and she's like, we're now moving on to this portion of it. And then by the end of it, she was just like, whatever.
Absolutely. And Amanda, I have to share with you recording number 2 for episode number 2. I didn't even bother with the spreadsheet. I was like, don't even worry about it. Just trash it.
We made her just basically chuck it out.
You destroyed your process.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's so good. But I got to say, I don't need it. Like, I just whatever happens. That's the purpose of the show, is just to have fun, enjoy, have a conversation and, press lots of buttons and just have fun. So if anything, it's probably more self-serving to me than the audience, because if they don't know you guys, like I said before, sorry. But, yeah.
Oh, hi, Pedro.
Oh, hi, Pedro.
Pedro.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Thank you. Thanks. It is all that's missing is him right now.
I know.
He just joined in.
Pedro, get in here.
And I will disclose, obviously no one will see anything until it's released, but there could be a little Miss Kim and I recording this weekend.
Uh-oh.
With her new microphone.
The bedazzled mic.
Oh, yes. You'll have to get your bling.
It is not bedazzled yet because of the flooding here, but I am determined. I'm just saying.
There could be a debut of something special.
There could be.
Oh boy. This is definitely must see TV. Must listen to podcasting.
That's exciting. And Kerry, I just think you must have so many people who want to be a part of this show. So if they did, how are they supposed to reach out to you? What is your preference?
Thank you, Amanda. The best method is just to reach out on Instagram via a DM. That will certainly be amazing. And there are a lot of conversations going on in there at the moment, particularly now that they're starting to see episode 1. There are people that are kind of freaking out a little bit going, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know.
I feel like she's fibbing to us. I don't know that that's actually happening.
It's a fact. It's actually a fact. It really is.
Conversation's more like, why did you let these two on the first show? Like,
I want to pipe in here because I think you guys are so amazing. And anyone who doesn't already know you needs to get to know you. Because during that whole fun process, there were things, I've been hanging with you all for a while, and there were things I learned during that were like, oh, but the whole time you're laughing and learning about somebody who's amazing. So no, I think it's true. I vote with Kerry. It's true. Everybody wants to be Chris and Amanda.
They think that now.
Okay. That's a wish I don't know anybody should make.
Ask our spouses.
Yeah. Once you put up with the brunt of it.
All I can think about is the Chihuahua.
I was excited. I thought Milo was going to have a new friend for a second. I was like, whoa. How can I get one? Oh, it's just Amanda's word for Chihuahua. I get it now. Now I understand. It goes in with all the other stuff that I've become like an Amanda whisperer.
Yes, of language, absolutely. Well, and everyone has certain things that they say in their house, right? That they think is normal. Most people just put the filter on when they go in public that they don't say those things out loud, though. Not Amanda. And I really meant to not say it that way, but it just came off my tongue so well.
So well.
Without any thought.
It was like something that you did from The Sound of Music or something. Like it was just, you literally went, Chihuahua, I'm like, and when I repeated it back, I was like, Chichua or what?
Kerry and I both had the same reaction. We're like, whoa, what is this?
And I'll just point out, Pedro's just said that he really should chuck a sickie today. Absolutely. Yes.
I learned that. I learned a new dog breed that was only in Amanda's head. And I learned what chuck a sickie is.
Yep. And I learnt about Taylor ham and pork rolls.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's all embedded in my brain because of all the editing and all the clips and everything. I almost know the whole show word for word. It's insane. It's insane.
Send you Taylor ham to Australia.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can do that. Can I send Taylor ham to Australia? Is that gonna get caught up in customs? Are they not gonna
get caught up in customs?
Yeah, it might get stuck.
No Taylor ham for Australia.
It's so, Kim, while listening to that episode, what part was your favorite, if you had a favorite part?
Oh my goodness. My favorite part started at the beginning and went to the end. I love the conversation and I love the questions and I love that you all had to pick the numbers and I love, I can go on and on because it was so cute. I loved it.
Kerry, after watching all of the clips, what was your favorite part, if you can choose?
Oh man, there's so many. There's just so many. It's really hard. It's actually really hard. I think my favorite part, if I'm deadly honest, I loved the Chihuahua, whatever, that was brilliant. That was fantastic. I think my favorite part was when we got to the end and I pressed the wrong button because I just decided to leave that in there and didn't edit it out. And Amanda's like, well, she's actually really happy that we're coming to the end. She wants to get out of here. And I didn't. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. So
it was like,
wait, where is it?
Where is it?
Oh, crap. I think I've replaced it.
Oh.
But it's supposed to be, wah, wah, wah.
I had to replace it because I improved the show. So there's a new button in the show. You will see. You will see. I'm not giving it away.
Suppose we broke her show after one episode.
Chris, what was your favorite part of the show? Oh my goodness.
Well, before I reveal my favorite part of the show, I just wanted Pedro's checking in real quick with
yeah.
4 blues and 4 yellows, very intuitive without even knowing. Which
That-
was very that was real. Yeah, I was super wow. I did not even think about it like that.
No, and I think that's such a good example of our partners in crime that we are. It's so well balanced. Like, I really like this type of stuff. He likes this type of stuff. I'm okay at this. He's really great at that. So I think it only makes sense that that's a good representation of that partnership.
My favorite part of the show was to learn that if the house is burning down, Amanda would her phone. Above all else, phone.
And I explained why. So for anyone listening now, be sure to listen to the podcast, and we'll go into depth on why it was my phone, and what I would have had a different answer, but Kerry forbid me to give that answer, so I couldn't go down that road.
Those are given answers. Like, of course. For your phone.
What I loved is how we she wasn't prepared for us to go okay, if the house was burning down, we immediately went into that's how.
I would have brought the fire engines and the sirens and all that kind of stuff. My buttons would have been very different, very different. Oh my goodness.
Well, you got to go tragedy to know what really is, important to you. So we just had to, take it that way. I think my favorite part of the show, it's not necessarily a part of the show. It was the reactions to our faces. It's just the video version of the show is definitely, I think, my favorite, just because the faces cannot be duplicated.
And that's actually a great point, Amanda, because I do feel like that you should absolutely listen to the show first, then watch the video version, because I think it'll make it that much funnier, because I think that from the audio version, I think you could use your imagination, let it run wild, and then see the video version after it. So it's kind of like reading the book and watching the movie. That's what this is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you'll have to check in with Kerry and say, if you listen to the audio version, was suggested first, and then go to the video, and you did use your imagination, were the faces and the entertainment even more than you expected, or a disappointment?
Or extreme disappointment.
And I tell you what else is weird for me, because my other podcast does live on YouTube, but under no special circumstances, because it's just, you got it, you use it, why not, you know?
Right.
But this one, oh my God, it blew up last night. And now the stats are neck and neck. I'm watching the audio and the video stats.
Really?
Yeah, and my stat sheet's going to have to change. I'm going to have to work some magic here to bring this
broke the
together.
stat sheets.
Yeah. But I said to hubby today, I said, what is this going to look like on my spreadsheet? Because I've now got a video and an audio. I'm going to have to put them together. And do I count them as listeners? Is there a total of the two? No, because we've just told them to go and listen and then go and watch. So then I've got to divide it all by 2, and that'll give me my average or something. I'll do some mathematical stuff on my spreadsheet.
You'll cook the books.
I will. Oh my God, too funny. All right.
So much
All right.
fun.
Well, this was awesome. And once again, I know here we go. As always, we're just going to pop on really quick. 35 minutes, 33 minutes later, just pop it on really quick to say, hey, what's up? And make an announcement. And here we go. We're doing the show. And now Amanda and I will rate our records. Amanda, you go first.
I will. Today we will rate the podcast.
Yes. Today we'll rate the podcast. The Kerry podcast. So Amanda, how many microphones?
Ooh.
1 to 5, 1 being dumpster fire.
We go real dramatic here.
Or 5 is the golden mic of eternity. Or
Wait.
destiny, like the pick of destiny. It's the golden mic of destiny.
Kerry's got a golden mic of destiny sound.
Amanda, what is your rating?
5 mics.
Wow. That's a first. So 5 mics. So my rating is, so based on the history of this podcast and having worked with Kerry and understanding her process and her love for numbers and her love for production and how much time and effort she put into this podcast, the planning and the preparation. Ooh, I gotta tell you, this was good. It was good. So therefore, 5 mics.
Oh, I'm sorry, Chris.
Right.
I had to do the drum roll.
I'll do it again. So therefore, 5 microphones.
I think it's safe. And I think we have to make a special exception, Chris, for this particular one.
Yes.
That because the sponsor is so near and dear to all of our hearts,
Yes.
that just the perfect combination of the 4 of us, I think we might need to make a special 6 record or 6 mic rating in this particular case. What do you think?
I would agree with that. In this case, we give 3 sexy lips to 6 sexy lips to my sexy business.
Oh my
I need more
goodness.
buttons.
Chris and
I
Amanda
need more
go
buttons.
first. We don't often give out 6. In fact, we never give out 6.
We don't often give out lips either. So here we are.
So we went from mics to lips.
I am so honored.
Oh my gosh, so good. Oh, well, I mean, you heard it here, folks. It's worth a listen. Pedro.
Yeah. Mic and lip.
There we go.
There.
Beautiful.
Better.
Beautiful.
Because as you know, we don't do anything in decimal points. It's only whole numbers.
It's so true. It's so true.
Because otherwise it's too hard to do.
Oh my goodness. Look at this. Like it's almost been 40 minutes. See this again. This is what we do. Kerry's sweating to death.
I've lost 10 kilos in here.
It's smaller in the 37 minutes that we've been doing this.
I know. But at the end, she's gonna have disappeared.
Shrinking.
Hydrated.
I'm shrinking.
Oh my God, this is great.
Oh my goodness.
Well, so I do want to thank everybody who was watching this live with us and hanging out. Thank you for everybody that was checking in. Raphael, Pedro, love you. Love everybody else who was watching and commenting and just, overall, just really having some fun with us on this Tuesday morning for us. Wednesday morning for you, or is it already Wednesday morning for you?
It is now Wednesday morning. Yes.
Now Wednesday morning for you. So make sure that you absolutely, unequivocally, that was my word for the day. Done. Check. Check out the Coffee with Kerry podcast and video episodes. It's not a stream. It's like a video channel. Video show. It's the show. Check out the audio version and the video version of the Coffee with Kerry, and you can connect. You can listen to the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts, truly anywhere. And you can watch the video version on the YouTube. On YouTube. And I put links in this. So if you click on the links in this post, it'll take you right to the YouTube channel, to the podcast, and of course, Kerry's Instagram channel, Instagram account, where you can interact and DM her and like all the little nuggets that you've dropped for the promotion of the show, which have been so much fun to get every single day. All the tags I've been getting has been it's just been so fun. It's like Christmas morning every day. It's like, oh, look.
I know. It ruined my mascara all too often this last week. I get them, and I literally, especially at like you know it happened in person in real time, but to see it back is just
Oh,
too much.
so good. So good. And Miss Kim White, before we sign off, I want to make sure that everybody has the awesome opportunity to connect with you.
Mhm.
So where and how should they connect with you?
Well, you can do Instagram, Facebook, or our website. Any of those three. mysexybusiness.com.
mysexybusiness.com. There you go. And for Chris and Amanda first, we gave out 5 mics of, what did I say? Destiny? No, mics of I can't remember what I said now.
Destiny was definitely in there.
Yeah, I said pick a destiny.
Golden mics of Destiny.
I forgot. I'll have to go back and watch
Yeah.
that. I know we gave Kim 6 sexy left.
Oh dear. Chris, do you mind if I play us out?
Play us out.
This is Coffee with Kerry, where we chat to amazing people who are going to be challenged to step from behind their professions and join me for a combination of getting to know them and having lots of fun. I believe we often miss out on having fun in our lives, as often life gets too busy. If you're looking to inject more fun into your world, join us here every week. And now it's time to get the show started. Oh, that was the intro.
Sorry, played us out though. It was good. We played out at a dance party.
Okay, let's get the show. Let's get the show started. All right, guys.
I choose number 5. Number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Can we? Oh my
Do it
God.
real quick.
Oh God.
Here we go. Number 5. Let's go pick one. Number
Okay,
5.
Chris, you have chosen number 5. Do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert?
I'll let Amanda answer this one for me. Amanda, what am I?
Definitely an introvert. Duh. Duh. No kidding.
There you go. There's the answer.
Amanda, pick a number.
Oh.
Pick a number.
4. It's her roll back and forth for me that just I love.
Amanda, you have chosen question number 4.
Okay.
Do you prefer a large birthday party or a quiet dinner?
Oh, we really don't do anything, so nothing.
Right, it's gone. It's gone. It's off the board. Forget it.
Off the board forever.
Kim.
Kim White.
Oh, I have to pick a number. What if I can't see them?
1 through 20, except some are missing.
20.
Oh, good choice.
That's fair.
Kim, you have chosen question number 20.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, what is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh man.
We
Not
might make
having fun. Not
Ooh.
having. That's what.
Well done. Well done.
Oh, guys, I think I should let you get on with your day. Sorry about that.
Don't apologize for having fun. Don't apologize for having fun, as Kim White would say.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
welcome
God.
to another episode of my sexy podcast, Coffee with Kerry, the Christian Amanda. Thank you all for watching. We love you all. All right, we'll see you really soon, and make sure that check out every Monday the Chris and Amanda Show, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and we just did a show yesterday, and it's available for replay now. So I have to get our little shameless plug in there, Amanda.
I always let Chris do it because then I don't feel so.
All right, we'll see everybody very soon. Thank you so much, Kerry. Thank you, Kim, for coming on and hanging with Amanda and I. Thank you so much for having us on your debut episode of Coffee with Kerry. We're super excited and extremely thankful for it. So, yeah, really appreciate the opportunity. So make sure everybody out there listen and watch, support Kerry, support them, support the Chris and Amanda Show. We'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Bye,
Thanks, everyone. Bye.